Giants just released a brand new trailer for FS19 in cooperation with Komatsu, so let's talk about this. Hello friends of the Northern Entertainment and welcome to a quick overview, a quick in-depth review of the latest trailer that was just released here a few minutes ago. If you want to see the full trailer, click on the card up above that's popping up right now and that will take you to the full trailer. Here we will only concentrate on the game, on things that I noticed, on things that I think are worth pointing out. And let me invite you here at this point to engage with me in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Why do you disagree? Why do you agree? Let's talk about it in the comments below. And I think a good way to go about this is if we just watch the trailer in its entirety in the background here and then talk about it a little bit more in depth. What I have to point out here is that the footage that you are watching is slowed down to 65% of its original speed, and that is done so that we can appreciate the animations and the visual effects that we see here more than when it was running at 100%. Now concerning the video, before we get into animations and graphics and all that good stuff, we should maybe talk about also some misconceptions of how a partnership like this comes to be between Komatsu and FS19 here in especially, and that is very nicely explained in the full video in the beginning, saying that Komatsu were made aware of FS17 by modders that approached them and that they asked for drawings and for pictures. And here again is really where you see the importance of a good modding community, of a good community behind the game. And I think that's what makes Farming Simulator such a special game, is the community more so than just the game itself. There was also a statement made from from Martin. We got from Martin Rabel. We got a statement concerning the video, and I will read this statement. Concerning the video, it was our idea to film the machines in action, paid everything ourselves and asked Komatsu to tell us something about the machines at the time, so that the players who are not familiar with the brands and vehicles get to know them better and look forward to playing with them in Farming Simulator. If we had the time, I'd love to do it for all brands. And that right there really puts it all in perspective. It is not paid by Komatsu, it is paid by Giants. So this is less, well, of course it is also an advertisement for Komatsu, but it is also for Giants to show you guys, for those of you that don't have the experience or that don't know exactly the background of those real machines, to show you a little bit more. And of course it is also to hype the game up a little bit. And I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, I had to, when I cut this down and went back and forth between the real life footage and the game footage, there were 2 times where I had to actually go back frame by frame again and had to look twice because I cut, or I thought it was still game footage, actual real life footage in there. That being said, now we're gonna look here at 3 things that I point out, or 4 things that I want to point out. In general, the vegetation, you can see the vegetation looks different than what it did in FS17. It looks more detailed, it looks more real. That's the only way you can describe it. You have actually some volume to the grass, and I can't put exactly my finger on it, but if you look at especially the overhead shots, the vegetation just looks overall more realistic, more natural. And the same is true, I find, if you look at the foliage of the trees. It seems more diverse, and it seems that the trees are, like the branches are more diverse. Whereas, of course, the animations, well, let's be honest, FS17 had great animations when it comes to the forest harvesters and forwarders and all that stuff. Even already there, with hoses attached and hoses that move with them. And that's, of course, what we have here too. But let me point you to this clip here, where you see the claw opening and closing. And here you can really see PBR textures again at their best. And that is with reflections. That really looks like nothing we've seen in FS17 as far as I'm concerned. This is my personal opinion. Agree with it or disagree with it. Now the next thing is 2 clips that I'm pointing out here. And that is, of course, the animations of the hands of the player. And the player models itself, the character models itself, look a lot more lifelike, look a lot more the way they should have looked as far as I'm concerned, in the first place in FS17. Now in FS19, finally, we get also the customization, and that is really nice. And then last but not least, I want to point out something that I noticed, and I'm probably not going to show an extra clip. We're just going to let the clip run here in the background again. And that is, if you look really, really closely, and you've seen it now probably 3 times by now, how the claws open and close. I really tried to figure out if we're going to be able to move more or less, or if it's about the same. And I do believe at this point that it's going to be about the same. You can probably pick up 2 trunks at a time, large trunks, of course, that is, or 3 max. But I don't think much more will be possible. Also, you can see a little bit of this fine little delay between the claw closing or the claw moving and then the tree trunk moving with it. So I think the mechanics on this one are unchanged. I might be wrong, but this is at least from this trailer, this is what I take from it. Now, guys, again, you can agree with me, you can disagree, and let's talk about it in the comments below. Let's talk about it on the daily live streams. And again, my channel is going to focus on FS19. You're gonna have daily content, FS19 coming out. And if you guys want more, then absolutely we can do that. That all being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. And until next time, NorthernAlex signing off. God bless.